Cheers.
Cheers, my dears.
Guys, welcome back to What the Pluck. I am your host, Cowboy Carter.
Oh, God, I was not expecting
And
that.
I am joined by...
Jolene. Literally.
Oh.
Jolene.
Jolene.
Jolene. Jolene.
You'll be
Who
able
does
to do...
that?
Dolly Parton used to do...
Did she?
Sash used to make noises.
That's...
On some of the songs. Beyonce's done it and all.
Wow.
So guys, welcome
Anyway.
to this Cowboy Carter celebration here on What the Pluck. Harriet's got no idea, but she's turned up today. I've got my merch and my cowboy hat on because I am in my cowboy era.
He's in his cowboy era. He definitely is. And if you were at the Brow Brunch last week, you will know that he was definitely in his cowboy era.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, God.
What's your thoughts?
On what? Cowboy Carter?
I feel like we've got to discuss it.
All right. Do you know what?
And just remember whose house you're in.
I know. I'm very careful on my
Choose
words
them
here.
words.
Different.
Yep.
I feel like it's a grower.
Yes.
It's a shower, not a grower.
Absolutely.
Oh, no. What did they say? No, it's opposite way around, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, right. Okay. Anyway, I feel like it will grow on us, and I feel like we'll definitely love it because that's the life that we live.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. It's an easy listen. It's an easy listen. I feel like I need to listen it another 347 times to actually think, yeah.
Well, you will have done by...
I'm a cowgirl.
By the time you've had a couple of days here, you will have done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's good. It's not giving me right renaissance.
I know.
But I know it's not meant to be. But I love that so much.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's completely different. I wonder what she's going to do next. She's done disco.
Apparently it's rock.
No, silly. Silly now.
So I need to find some outfits for my rock era
Well,
next
it's all going to come back
year.
round, isn't it? Because you know when I were liking all them rock boys and everybody were like, what? Well, watch. Because we set a trend off, didn't we, with Megan Fox and Kourtney Kardashian.
Yep.
Who's laughing now at all the people that I used to fancy and used to go out with, darling?
Anyway, welcome back, guys, to episode 9
It's been a struggle.
of What the Pluck. And seriously, what the pluck?
What the fuck? God.
Your mum's going to tell you off the swearing, and your dad is.
And my dad, yeah.
So you shouldn't have said that,
Sorry,
should you?
Mum and Dad. Yeah, it's been a journey, and if you have managed to listen to all our season and all our seasons before, congratulations. You are one hell of a plucker.
Yes.
Yeah.
And your grand prize for making it this far is absolutely nothing.
I was going to say, I'm looking at you thinking, what is it? You might have something in future.
Yeah.
You might have something coming in future.
Yeah. But episode 9. So this is our 49th episode.
I can't believe that.
Wild.
You know all them
Remember
times?
we used to say that all the time.
Wild. Oh my God, it's wild.
Wild.
Like, I feel like we've sat down loads of times and said, oh God, what can we talk about?
Yes.
We're running out of things to talk about. What can we talk about? But somehow, miraculously, thank God, we find something.
That's the hardest thing I would say about having a podcast.
100%.
Is knowing what to talk about.
Yeah. And I feel we were talking to some people at weekend, networking, as we always tell everybody to do. We were networking at weekend and somebody said, what is really good about your podcast? I feel like I don't want to tell them now because now I'm going to give them tips. What's really good about your podcast is you're really consistent.
Yes.
It's been hard. I'm not going to lie.
Consistency is key.
Consistency is key in everything in life, but it's been really, really hard.
Yeah.
To be consistent at times, but I feel like it has paid off. Yeah.
And we are planning. I'm not going to say too much.
I'm thinking here, like, what are we planning?
But we're planning.
Yeah.
A very special 50th episode.
Oh, yeah, we are. Yeah.
I'm just praying to the Lords above, even though
we
it's
pull it
not
off,
me.
yeah, and
But
everything's going to work out all right.
Yeah. Because if we pull off what we want to pull off, it'll be fucking iconic.
And not only that, it will be one of them moments that we look back and think, oh, that were really good.
Yeah.
That were really, really good.
Yeah. So you'll have to tune in next week, and if it's not something really good, then you know that we didn't pull it off.
Yeah.
If we're sat in my
We'll
front room talking shit.
We'll tell you, we'll say we didn't pull it off. This is just going to be a shit 50th one. There'll be me and him sat in a party at or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Guys,
tell me about your week.
My week. So we did some networking, but we're going to get onto that after. My week. Worked. Decorated.
You have. It looks beautiful.
Decorated. No sneak peeks just yet, but I don't know if you guys get like this, like in salon, your home salons or anything, where even though it's as clean as you can possibly get it, it just starts to feel a little bit grubby.
Yeah,
and like you just think, oh, there's a little mark on the wall there where someone must have touched it going out. Or so stripped everything, painted, top to bottom. New furniture, new bits.
In salon at minute with me, because my salon's white, all walls are white and everything like that. Nightmare. It's desperate for decorating.
Yeah.
But I can't find, I feel like I need a decorator to go in overnight and then put everything back in exactly where it's been.
Someone's got too much money. Well, I had 2 days to turn this shit all round.
Well.
How's yours been?
I don't want to ask. Talk about it.
I know how we're...
last week, if anybody heard my episode last week, right, I listened back to it. I don't really listen to a lot, but I listened back to his episode last week because I were a little bit worried because I thought it's going to be a bit controversial, this. Because I was thinking, we were talking about ways that we think people are sabotaging the business. I think maybe it's going to be a bit shit, this. So I did listen to it. And all I heard were me moaning about like how tired I were and how busy I were. And I thought, and at that time, I remember thinking, sat on Jamie's settee thinking, it's not going to get much worse than this week.
It did.
Bitch, it did. It did. Like, this week, bearing in mind it's been Easter week. Happy Easter, by the way.
Yes, happy Easter.
And happy bank holiday. It has been crazy because I've been a one-man band. I've had staff off ill. So I've literally had clients coming out of my ears. I'm talking 9-9, fully booked in salon. Earliest I've got out of salon is 7:30 on a night from 9 o'clock in the morning, fully booked, jam-packed, just doing everything. And I thought, if I can make it through this week, I literally can work on my own for the rest of my life and not even be worried about any other staff member. But I have had a slight realisation that, maybe I do need to employ more staff. So that is that's going to be the forte. That's going to be at the front of my mind this week.
You need to hire more staff because I've spoke to you twice this week.
This is the thing.
I feel neglected.
Yeah, well, I'm very shit with my phone. And everybody always says to me, you never answer, blah, blah, blah. All this shit. Like, I don't answer the phone to people when they ring me hardly. Like, I don't answer messages. If I do, I'll answer them like about 4 or 5 days later or whatever. Probably why I'm single.
Probably.
Maybe. But I just don't have time or the mental capacity or the energy to deal with humans that are not having a treatment. Or I'm drinking alcohol with. So, but what I did think about this today, I thought, do you know what? I know that I've been really, really busy because I hadn't even touched base with Jamie.
Yeah.
But you must have known how busy I were because you've not messaged me either. So that's been great.
Yeah. Because we speak to some degree every single day.
Well, we do speak every day. Every day, without fail.
Like, if it's a voice note, if it's a FaceTime.
Every day.
This week.
I wonder why we've never run out of things to say to each other. It's wild, that, isn't it?
Because we just talk shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
You know.
But this week, we've not even hardly touched base. So, hello, darling.
I know. She walked in here. She said, right, come on, get this podcast equipment out. I said, you take a seat in there with a copper
made me
bag.
sit down here.
Because I need to speak to you.
He made me sit down. I said, right, come on, get this stuff out. I said, get this show on road. Let's get this podcast over with. He went, right, take a seat. Let's go in front room here and let's have a little drink. And he said, what's been going on? I said, what's been going on?
I wish I'd never asked.
I said, I am worked to the bone. I'm wealthy, but I'm worked. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
good vibes. I've told you I've saged in here yesterday, so you're going to leave feeling refreshed.
Saged in here. Yeah. I need to douse myself in sage.
I've some left. I'm going to sage you before you go.
I've got my own. I was scared that I might set fire to mine. It'll just burst into flames and disintegrate.
But guys, this week we are going to be talking to you all about our time at the Browista Brow Brunch. And then we're going to touch a little bit on
what we learned there.
Yeah. So last Sunday actually.
Yeah, it was.
We went to the Browista Brow Brunch, both myself and Harriet, and we took our publicist Laura. Shout out Laura. And it was one of those, I didn't really know what to expect.
Me neither.
I didn't know what I was walking into. I didn't know the volume of people, or I didn't really know anything.
Yeah.
And I was just a bit like, it is what it is. Let's just see what's going on. Walked in.
Queen's Hotel in Leeds.
Who's the first person we bump into? Karen Betts.
Yes, shout out Karen. Great, felt right at home straight away.
Yes. So went in, we had a chat and a catch up with Karen, got ourselves a drink, and then we turned around and everyone had left.
Yeah.
And we were like, shit, where's everyone gone? And they'd gone through to the kind of, what would you call it? Like an events room thing. Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
It's like a big room, and it's where everyone gathered, and they had like pastries, tea, coffee.
Yeah.
I mean, we were on solids at that time, weren't we? What? I were on tequila, soda, 3 limes, carcass out. If you know, you know.
And our on your double vodka and lemonades, because we felt a bit. It was first event that we'd been to where we weren't expected to do anything.
Yeah, we were just there.
So like when I actually said, oh, this is his first work event. It's actually not his first work event, but the other events that we've been to, we have been working. And it was the first event. Obviously, I feel like every event that we go to now, we use it as a work opportunity.
Yeah.
Because you've always got to be switched on and
we still ended up doing some bits, but we didn't have anything set in stone or contracted that we had to present.
Because we didn't really know what we were going to. So, so we were a little bit like, I was like, Sunday. I had all good intentions of not drinking. I drove my car there and I put it in the NCP.
I weren't going to bring this up. But if you saw the story I put on of Miss Thing over here.
Shaking it to don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me.
Yes.
Don't you?
Don't you, baby?
I thought.
Well, listen, I decided to change my mind very quickly when my nerves set in at that bar. And I just thought, do you know what? The car's getting left. I'm getting train home. So, I did. Left the train at home. Left the car at home.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I left the car at NCP and I got the train home. Jesus Christ. I'm too tired.
Oh, so we went into this room. People were like eating, mingling, networking. And this is what we always say, guys, like, any events like this are amazing for networking.
So good.
We saw so many different people. We didn't get to speak to, like, everybody, but, like, I'd be like, oh, that's so-and-so. Or, like, oh, hi. AMC Brow's like, oh, come speak to us. Or, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, and it's really good just to work the room, make those connections. Mm-hmm. And we did a couple of interviews.
Yeah. I haven't listened back to them. I don't know how they've turned out. I don't know what quality's like.
I don't. But we spoke to AMC Brow's. Mm-hmm. We spoke to Natalie, whose event it was, and a couple of others. But it was just nice just to be in a room filled with people who share our passion and do what we do and just mingle and just talk.
I went to the bar and there were a girl who was stood in front of me and she turned round and she said, I know you don't know me, but I listen to your podcast and I love it. I'm like, oh, thank you. And then she said, I followed your page, your own beauty page before. I followed the podcast. So I was like, oh, right, amazing. She's like, I love your work, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, who you here with? And she was like, just me. I was like, really? She went, yeah. She said, I got rid of kids for tonight. She said, me and my husband are just going to stay here tonight. We just used it as an opportunity to have a night away. She's just me. I were a little bit apprehensive about coming because I didn't know what to expect. I said, well, have you had a drink? She went, yeah. I said, good. I said, listen, and she was like, but I like, like meeting other people and that's in industry. And I did tell her and I reminded her, I said, well, that's how me and Jamie met. We met through this industry.
Yeah.
I said, so, and now look at us. Like, I said, so you don't know who you're going to meet along the way. And she says, yeah, and I'm sick of boring my friends and stuff and talking about industry and I'm not really knowing. And I said, this is probably what we created this podcast for people who are like on their own and not really being able to feel like they can talk to people about it and get advice and an honest, raw opinion on stuff. Like, that's why we created this, for people to feel like they are part of our community, even if they're not going to these brow events or whatever, which I do strongly advise that you do. But I did say to her, I said, are you going to... Oh my God, I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry, because you're probably listening. I'm so sorry, I can't remember your name. Please inbox me if you're listening to this. Please inbox and say, it was me, because I'll tag you. But she did say, I said to her, are you going to Brow Wars? And she said, I don't know, because I don't really... I went, come! I said, get yourself there.
Yeah.
There's loads of girls on their own. And she was like, I don't really know anybody. I went, hey, you know us.
Yeah.
You know us. I said, come.
Do you know what we should do?
What? We've just cut something out, what we've just suggested. But we've just had a brainstorm, but we've just cut it out. So if it sounds dodgy on audio, it's because we've cut it out. We've just had a brainstorm about an idea, but we've just cut it out.
We said something, and I don't think we realised how good of an idea it was.
That we've had to cut it out. Anyway. So, love the whole thing about going on your own. Love it, promote it. Like, I even feel like, this is a bit sad, right? But my idea of heaven would now, at my age, would be to travel on my own. I know, Jamie hates Jamie's so like, oh my God, no. Jamie needs noise and sound and people. I don't. Like, so you do. Like, he needs noise, sound, people, things happening. I'd love to go to a 5-star all-inclusive on my own for a week.
I could go. I'd need to be with you.
That's not on your own, though, Jamie.
I don't like other people. I like you.
That's good to know.
I don't really like... Do you know what I mean? Like, when I go on holiday, if I'm with, like, good friends, that's all I need. I don't want to meet anybody on holiday. I don't want to make friends. No.
Oh, my God, neither do I.
I've got friends, like, I don't want to speak to you.
Oh, my God. Who are these people that go on holiday and make friends the whole time they're there and they talk to people while they're there and they end up going for dinner with them and stuff like that? Bitch, I'm never going to see him again.
No,
I'm not meeting up. I'm not driving to Halifax to see him or something like that.
Unless I meet a fellow beautician or someone in this industry on holiday.
Who can heighten my career.
Not who can heighten, but just who I can have a conversation with and we vibe and we get each other.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak to you.
I speak to people who I don't know for a living. I do it all day, every day.
Yeah.
I do not want to go on holiday and speak.
No.
Sorry, that sounds really horrible, but it's very true. I will never go on holiday and make friends.
Yeah.
Ever.
Right, back to the brunch.
Anyway, yeah. So, what were I saying? Oh, yeah. So, very 100% drum it into you all the time. If you're thinking about going to any award ceremony or any networking event on your own, please go. Just go.
Yeah. So we met in this room and then we went through into a separate room, which was like the main hall room. And that's where Natalie got on stage, did a little speech about the event and what to expect. We had like big
tables set up and a big stage.
Yeah. And then we had speakers. Mm-hmm. And there was like loads of different speakers who were covering everything from semi-permanent makeup. There was one who was talking about like removal.
Yeah. And there were there is a girl that stuck out for me, Summer, from Etch. Amazing. 28 years old, so inspirational, started up this career from basically nothing. And I really enjoyed listening to... I enjoyed them all, but I really enjoyed listening to Summer because she was so successful at such a young age.
Yeah.
And she worked her ass off for it, and she deserved it.
Yeah.
And she had a little stall. I didn't realise she were doing, she does uniforms, like tunics and stuff like that. And she were doing a stall.
I've seen it.
Yeah, that were, so there was little stalls as well that were set out. And she was selling some of the like uniform and stuff. I wanted to try some on, but I just didn't get a chance.
Yeah.
Really didn't get a chance.
Yeah.
Didn't get a chance to do a lot of stuff. But
Who was the girl that was on first?
Janine.
Yes. I really liked hers.
Brow Jam.
Yes.
Brow Jam is who you will know her with. I have
Yeah.
followed Brow Jam for a long time, looked at their courses and thought, I'm going to go on one of them. Because if you follow Brow Jam's work, not only is she like incredibly beautiful and inspiring, her story were amazing, what she told, but like her work is so like, it's so unique. It's the whole big fluffy brow microblading kind of thing. It's not that structured brow look. It's gorgeous. Go and have a look at it. It's great. So I have considered going on a masterclass just to
Dip
your toes
toes in
just
a
to
bit.
dip my
Yeah.
toes in a bit and think I'm gonna try that out. So if I do go on it, guys, I will let you know what it's like.
But I really liked how she spoke. It wasn't the talk I expected.
Yeah, and she did actually say that, didn't she?
Yeah, it was all about her life and her struggles to get to where she is now.
Yeah.
And I've never heard anybody do a speech like that at an event
not.
like this. And it was just so refreshing and just like, oh.
She did say, you know, I could have got up here and talked all about microblading and talked all about Brow Jam and how I made it big with Brow Jam. But she talked about her struggles and her background and her life and her childhood and stuff like that, on how she was so determined and why she's so determined to get where she is.
Yeah.
And I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I thought because you never really hear that.
No.
You never really hear of how people just tell you like how successful they are.
People just tell you all
And be like,
the good.
This is how to be successful. This is how to do that, blah, blah. Nobody actually says, well, this is actually why I want to be successful.
Yeah.
This is the root cause of why I am so work driven.
Yeah.
This is why I'm so obsessed with work. This is why I'm so obsessed with earning money. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody actually says that.
Yeah.
And I found it really refreshing. So
Yeah.
go and,
Go follow. Go
follow
check her
her.
out because she were. And what a way to kick it off. I think she were the first speaker.
Yeah. And she got everybody in the room, boom, silent. 180 people. They were just like, look, there were a couple of girls crying.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
crying.
Yeah. But it were just, the talks were really good. And just to sit and listen to different people. Like, I don't do semi-permanent, but even I found a lot of them really interesting. Well, I
Yeah.
found all of them interesting, but certain ones I felt I could still translate to my life, career and goals, even though I don't do semi-permanent.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think it's all under the same umbrella.
Yes.
Of like success, brows, beauty industry, struggles, the pressure of the whole industry thing. So it were great.
Yeah.
It were really good.
Yeah.
We did have there were 5 speakers. I could, thank God they had mics because I couldn't see them because I were hiding behind Jamie's cowboy hat.
This in Texas.
Ain't no holding. Right, so I was having to dodge Jamie's cowboy hat the whole time, trying to think, I can't see a thing. So yeah, but it were really interesting, really great to listen to. Then we just went and got a bit of lunch, didn't we?
Yeah.
We went out to a little break, got a bit of lunch, did a bit of networking again. Came back and then we had workshops.
Yes.
Yeah. So like workshops and there were demos going off and stuff like that. So it was great because you could like literally walk around the room, see different demonstrations that were going on. Some were drawing, some were lamination. AMC were doing lamination.
Yes. There were one with like pigments that I saw that were swatching like colour theory.
I can't remember what other ones were.
I can't remember. I think most of them were semi-permanent, but it were all like either mapping, pigments, needles, brow lamination.
Yeah.
So it was quite good because you could move around.
I only managed to go to 2 stations because this sounds really big-headed of us, but people were stopping us all the time and talking to us and like saying, "Oh my God, hi, you're right," and stuff, which were great for us. So we didn't really get around to see everybody, and then obviously there were some awards announced while the demos were going on, etc. And I feel really bad because I didn't see them because we were too busy. We were talking to people and networking and stuff. We had some great chats with people that's in the industry. Shout out Harry from Buff Brows.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'll tell the story because she won. So we were speaking to Harry from Buff Brows.
Bear in mind, we were about 7 drinks deep at this point.
Yeah.
And the music had started playing, so your girl's hips were moving.
Shoulder were going.
Yeah.
Mid-conversation, Harriet goes, Harry, have you got any of them white mapping pens on you?
I know this is a long shot, but you ain't got any of them white mapping pens, and design pens, have you, in your bag or oh? And you were like, "Oh yeah, I'll just pull them out, shall I?"
He said, "Oh yeah, I'll just pull it out my ass, shall I?"
Well, I thought he were being serious. Well, not out of his ass, but I thought he were being serious. I thought, well, I just thought he might have had some on him because I've run out. So Buff Brows, Harry, if you're listening, thanks for goodies that you've sent me, but you've left out them mapping pens. Oh my God. Yeah, you've left them out, hon. So if you could make sure they're in next time. His partner, she was doing one of the demos and doing the mapping, I think it was mapping that she were doing. So we had some great, exciting chats with Buff Brows. I had this almost beer fear the next morning where I voice noted Jamie and I went, "Oh my God, what did we say to Harry from Buff Brows? What did I say to him?" And he went, "It's not that bad." He went, you were absolutely fine." I went, "I know, but I can't really remember the conversation because we were a little bit drunk. Music were playing, Pussycat Dolls were in background and my hips were going." And I'm thinking, can't really remember what Harry was saying to us. But it must have been all good because he sent us some hybrid tints. I don't know what we were saying, but Harry must have made a good impression. Buff Brows, shout out to you guys. Thank you for sending us a box of goodies. But yeah, make sure you put them design pens in next time.
Oh, but yeah, worked around. We got to see so many people, and so many of you came up and said to us, "Oh my God, I love the podcast." And that for me was the highlight. Yeah. And I think it will always be the highlight because we walk into these rooms the same as you guys do. We don't really know that many people.
We don't know anybody. I was relieved when I walked in and saw Karen. I thought, oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank God. Because Karen, for us, is our fairy brow mother.
Yes.
A fairy brow mother.
Yeah.
So she's like the godmother of brows for us. She's been like our mama from the beginning. So as soon as we saw Karen, I thought, oh, thank God. And she was like, "I'm sat at this table. Come sit with us."
Yeah.
So we had us dinner. So we had us dinner with Karen and everything, and it was great catching up and stuff. And if you'd have probably seen us, we were probably just deep in conversation with Karen because we've not seen her for ages. Well, I've not seen her for ages.
Yeah.
So we felt instantly comfortable. But we're exactly the same as you guys. Like I felt a little bit rude because people were talking to me about the podcast and I didn't want to say, "Who are you?" Like, do you know what I mean? And It's awful. So if you do speak to us, just please say who you are because sometimes we only know people's Instagram names.
That's it. And in the world we live in now, somebody will introduce themselves and say, "Oh, I'm..."
Oh, yeah.
Linda Loose. And you'll be
Linda
like...
Loose Lips.
Okay, and then she'll be like, "Oh, Brows by Linda," and you're like, "Oh my God, I know Brows by Linda."
We know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know people by their Instagram names.
Yeah.
Not necessarily their like actual names.
But we were exactly the same. Walking in and thinking, does anybody know who we are or do they not? And are they thinking, who the hell are these walking in with sunglasses on? Like dressed all in matching outfits and in black. And so it is nerve-wracking for us as well. But we've got some more events coming up and we're really excited to go to them.
Yes.
And we're excited to see all you lot there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited.
Excited.
But what we ended up doing is, I'm not drinking at a work event, Ended up drinking at a work event. And before you know it, we got us goodie bags, swinging them round in bloody fibre. There were about 4 people in. Me and Jamie were 2 of them.
We were up
obviously.
dancing.
We were up dancing. We were drinking tequila out of the Brow Boss cups. Can you remember?
No.
Can you remember now?
What way?
I've got a video and we're going to put it on the YouTube. If you're watching the YouTube, there's going to be a little clip
Who
of
would
Jamie.
drink? Me?
Jamie, we're dancing with the Brow Boss cup.
Always me.
Yeah, drinking tequila out of it. Yeah.
Loved it. I had a fantastic night. Fantastic day.
I had a great night.
And I can remember, I know when we're drunk because we get soppy. There were one point in Fibre and we were like, what an amazing way to spend a Sunday with each other. I love you.
Do you know what? There were a point though in Fibre where I remember just me and him were dancing, and literally there were just me and him dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, and there were this random 18-year-olds that were just talking to us, and we felt sorry for him because he was on his own. Anyway, shout out if you're listening, because we told him all about his podcast.
I can't get my breath.
Anyway, and I remember like looking and thinking, oh my God, me and my best mate are here. We've just done a brow event, made some amazing contacts, had an amazing day, come home with a great goodie bag, and now we're in Fibre dancing like there's only me and him in the world, and it's our first night ever out.
Yeah.
Me and Jamie will make a party anywhere. Like, we did invite AMC Brows to come out with us, but she very sensibly declined.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you now, Abby, watch this space because you're going to be out with us.
Next time.
You're going to be out with us one night.
Next time.
Yeah, I remember thinking, oh my God, what a great life we live.
Yeah.
And then Jamie, literally, we just got a drink and Jamie said, Harriet, there's a train in 9 minutes, or there's one in 2.5 hours. And I went, 9 minutes. Bang. We drank these drinks. We ran to the train station, made it.
I don't know how.
Don't know how. Sat on the train, got the train home. We're in bed for 10 o'clock.
Fantastic.
Great night.
Fantastic.
Woke up next morning and thought, oh my God, my car's in Leeds. And I live in Doncaster. So it's a walk to the train station. Walk of shame on a Monday morning is not a good thing. Everybody's going to work. Everybody else sat on the train going to work.
Yeah.
I was sat there in sunglasses with my sickness bands on, so I weren't sick, thinking, oh my God. All I kept thinking were, what were I saying to people last night? What connections did I make? I was voice noting him saying, my anxiety is really bad. And he was like, well, I think you should calm down. And then he said, oh my God, I've not uploaded his podcast. Do you remember?
Oh my God. So guys, if you notice that last week's episode was uploaded a little bit later than usual, it was all edited and ready to go, but I'd not actually scheduled it or uploaded it before I went to the Browista Brow Brunch. Mm-hmm. And I woke up Monday and thought, shit.
So we uploaded it a little bit late.
Yeah.
Anyway, great, successful time.
Yes.
But I have vowed to never drink again at a work event. And we have got one in about 10 days. So let's see.
Let's see. But one of the people who were speaking at the brunch who we want to lightly touch on, because to be honest, we don't know what we're talking about.
But we are going to one day know what we're talking about.
We will one day. But there was a lady there who was talking about manifestation. Mm-hmm. Now, before, and I'll tell you the exercise that she did with us, and I want to know if it worked on you guys. Before that exercise, I kind of thought, what a load of shit.
Wow.
Because
that's a strong statement.
If you can manifest what you want, everybody would have what they want.
Yeah.
It obviously doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
Because
it'd be like the film. Have you seen Bruce Almighty?
Yeah.
Where the alt prayers and he just goes yes to all.
Yeah.
And then
that would be the case.
Yeah.
We are novices. We don't 100% understand. But right now, well, when at that event I was a bit like, But does it work though?
Does it work though? Yeah.
I want to find out more. We both want to find out more. But I can remember watching her speak and I was like on the fence. Like, do I believe in manifestation? Do I not? Do you believe in it? Don't just leave me as saying I think it's shit.
I don't know. Do you know what? I'm going to be totally... Oh, no, I can't say it.
Go on.
I can't.
No, we're unfiltered. Go on. I'm not cutting this out.
No, I
Go on.
don't. Because, right, I don't, and this is and people are really, really going to come for me with this, right? Me personally, but this is because, hands up, I've never manifested.
Yeah, I've not.
I've never done it. That's why I don't believe. That's why
Yes.
I don't believe it can happen. But, right, if I do and I start and I invest my time in manifesting and stuff starts happening, I will 100%. I don't believe that it will work because I've not tried it and I've not done it.
Yeah.
So
same boat.
when I do it, and if I get into it and I research it and I do it, I'll believe it.
Yeah.
I really will. And I don't want people to come to me and be like, oh, well, you know, you're just like, I'm not. If it's working for you and you're doing it, oh my God, great.
I think
good
we're
for
only
you.
saying it because we've never tried it.
Never tried
We
it.
don't 100%
I don't even know how to
understand
do
it.
I don't even know how to do it. So it's really ignorant of us
Yeah.
to say, no, it don't work, because it probably does. It might do. But I do think your mind is a really powerful tool.
Yeah.
And that's probably what manifesting is. If you believe something in your mind.
And you take... Because
It's
what
gonna
she
do
was
it.
saying, she was like, if you want something and your mind is focused on it and you work on making the right steps to get it...
Yeah.
So it's not so much like, I want to own 5 salons.
It's not like looking at mirror every day saying, I want to own 5 salons and then doing
And then
nothing
you get
about
it. It's about, okay, you want 5 salons, so let's break it down. This is what I got from her. I could be completely wrong. But it's about being in the right mindset and making the correct steps to reach that end goal.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like we need to do our homework and look into it more.
100%. And this is something that we're willing. There are a few, like, if you know a guru out there
Yes.
that can teach us, like, manifesting for dummies.
Yes, remember them books?
Yeah.
Science for Dummies.
Yeah. Did you ever have
Yeah.
that one? Did you ever have one?
A library full.
I never did. I was too thick to find them. Yeah, so if you know somebody that can basically guide us in the right direction
Yeah.
in manifesting, we're open to it. Let's do it. Let's experiment, because if use us as the guinea pigs.
We would love to have someone on this podcast as a guest who can explain manifestation to us and also
in
teach
stupid
us
terms as well,
the
though.
ways, because I see people do it. There's not just me and Harriet that don't understand it. I can guarantee half of you listening or watching this feel like us. You've never done it. You don't understand it. So it would be great to have someone on the pod that could explain it, not only to us, but to our listeners or
100%.
watchers
Yeah.
who don't 100%
Let's do
understand.
that. Let's do that, because I feel like it's a trend as well.
Season
and
6.
Yeah.
Yes. But she did this exercise and she was saying, how many times have you bought a new car or got a new car and you've never seen it on the road before?
Yeah.
As soon as you've got that new car and you're driving, how many times do you see it?
Yeah. You've got a new car.
I've just got a new car and I've seen them.
I've seen them.
Have you?
Yeah. I've seen grey ones.
Yeah.
I've not seen black, but I've seen a couple grey ones. And I remember walking past, and I wouldn't have noticed that car, but because it's in my life now, and it's in my thought process, I noticed it. And I was like, oh, that's Jamie's car, but in that colour. Like, and I've never seen that car before.
No.
When he pulled up in that car, I was like, I've never seen one. I don't even know what it's called. I mean, I don't even know what it is.
A Carna?
He don't even know what it is. But yeah, so possibly because you've got that in your mind, you then
Yeah,
see it
yeah.
more often, and you then.
Yeah.
And what else did she say? What
so
else
she
did she
said, so right, guys, let's get ready to manifest.
Okay, go.
So, if you can all start by closing your eyes.
This is what she did as well. We all had to close his eyes.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't, because I got one eye open because I was looking to see if Jamie were doing it first, and he was. So I thought, all right, if he's doing it, I'll do it.
So, guys, I want you to close your eyes.
Oh my God! Can I just tell you, right?
Will you stop interrupting?
I know, but I just want to say what you did. It
What?
was hilarious, right? She said to us, all close your eyes and put your hand out. We closed his eyes and put his hand out, and I knew exactly what Jamie were going to do. He put his hand out like that. Palms up. No, palms down. And I quickly turned his hand
Yeah, you did.
Because I looked around what everybody were doing, and everybody got their palms up to like receive something. Jamie had got his palms down,
Yeah.
and I just spun his hand round.
I'm used to getting no.
Right, go on anyway.
So,
right, let's all do it.
yes.
Let's try it. Let's try it now then. Okay, let's try it.
So,
Right.
you all start by closing your eyes.
Right, go on then.
And then I want you to stretch out your arms, palm up, and hold both arms in front of you.
This voice is so off-putting, but go on.
Now I want you to imagine that I am putting a lime or lemon into your hands.
It's the voice.
Is it not good?
It's all right. Yeah, go on.
Now what I want you to do is pick up a piece of that lime or lemon, and I want you to put that in your mouth, and you are going to bite down and squeeze and eat on that lime or lemon. Now open your eyes. You're back in the room.
She basically said, right, he's just done a shit version of it, but we were all right, but it was the voice that was putting me off, that Mystic Meg voice.
Well, I can't be like, right, then close your eyes.
That would have been better. But she basically was saying, if you imagine it being in your hand and you imagine it in your mouth, and you can feel the taste of it and your mouth starts to water or whatever.
Yes, she was said, how many people in this room did your mouth start to produce saliva because you were fully imagining that piece of lime or lemon in your mouth? Mm-hmm. So your saliva glands activated.
Yeah. And a lot of them did.
Mine did.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think I was too busy watching what you were doing. I felt the weight though. I will be honest. Like I didn't feel the lime or I didn't feel the lemon in my mouth, but I felt the weight of it on my hand.
Yeah.
Like so maybe I just zoned out at some point because there were a lot of people in the room. I think if you're manifesting and you're doing it on your own, you obviously have less distractions.
But yeah. Let us know if your mouth started to water, guys, after my amazing
Jesus Christ.
manifestation.
Try that little exercise on your own, though. Try that little exercise and imagining something like sour, like a lemon or a lime in your hands and putting it in your mouth.
Yeah.
And it's manifesting.
Yeah, because she did that at the end, and all the way through I was like, And then when she got us with that at the end, I was like, oh my God. Maybe it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who knows, guys?
Who knows?
Who knows? But next season, we're going to aim to get somebody on who can
Let's do it.
Take a deeper look into this for us all.
Do you know what? There's a manifesting book that's sat outside of my bed by Vex King, and I ain't even on the page, but it's still there. I get it out every night.
Do you?
Yeah, I put it inside of my bed.
Shame you don't know how to read. Anyway, guys.
Thank God I know how to do brows.
Thanks so much for joining us and listening to this episode of What the Pluck. Cannot believe it's episode 9, season 5, and next week will be our 50th episode. Wild.
Dilemma of the week.
Dilemma of the week. Hit me with it, baby.
Right.
Go on. Because now we're ready to round up. I forgot about Dilemma of the week.
I know.
Go on.
Right. Very short and quick. How do you deal with having an hangover at work?
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Why are you doing it? Are we 18? Like, what's going on? Who's drinking on a school night?
Yeah.
Who's drinking on a school night? Self-control, girl. Don't do it. It's not worth it. If you're going to have a drink, maybe have 1 or 2 and then have some food. Do not drink on a school night.
No.
Do not go in hungover. I swear to God, I'd rather my staff not come in at all than come in hungover. Because there's no workout room. You can tell they've been out night before and they stink of alcohol. I can't remember the last time anybody ever came in hungover, by the way. I don't even think I have. If I have, it were probably when I was like 19.
We've all done it, but I would never do it now.
No, stupid. Why would you want to put yourself through that?
Yeah, why would you want to put yourself through that?
It is about your clients doing it. Like, obviously, don't do it for your client's sake or whatever. And your mind's not focused. You're so fuzzy. And I don't know about you guys, but the way that we drink and the age that we are, it takes us 3 days to recover anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, just don't do it. It's stupid.
Yeah. No.
Don't ask us anything like that again. So that was silly. Wow. No, that were a bit nasty. We'll cut that bit out. Yeah, just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
It's not worth it. And you've got to think, when you're in a customer-facing role like we are, you are selling your business or your services. If you're going in and you stink of booze.
Yeah, and you do. You think that you don't, right? My friend picked me up from train station on Sunday, right? And I thought we'd not really had that much to drink, and it were only like 10 o'clock when he picked me up. And he was like, "You absolutely stink." And I was like, "Of what? Darling, I'm wearing Chanel." And he was like, "You stink of booze." Yeah. You feel like you don't, but you do.
You do. And you can just tell, and it's just not the impression that you want to give off to clients. No. So yeah, like, obviously enjoy yourself, have one or two if you want, early night, glass of water, 2 paracetamol.
It's not worth it.
Whatever.
Don't do it to yourself.
But do not go out and get shit-faced.
You're just all fuzzy as well. All your head's fuzzy.
Yeah, no. It's a no from us.
It's a definite no from me.
It's a no from us. But I hope your hangover is better by the time you listen to this. And I hope you've learnt your lesson and you never do it again.
Yeah.
Because that was silly, Linda.
Right, Linda's and Rachel's. We'll be back next week
for our very special 50th episode.
Stay booked,
busy,
and blessed.
Bye.
Bye.